And then you could have went either through the water, up the middle of the
Krim is on it. He's almost there. Can he get it done? Classic trying to peek. He picks it up, and he gets the kill just in time. Not enough time here for Optic
Karma
Gaming.
was standing on top of the bomb. I think with like 6 seconds left, he might have been able to get that. And it looked like, I don't know what gun he had at the beginning of the round, but it looked like that's the animation you'd get when you would pick up a gun and take an M8.
Once he dropped, I don't know.
M8.
It was very close. It was very close. I'm not sure if he would have had it.
Let's see if we catch in the final kill.
That is clutch stuff from Classic, making the play just in the nick of time. Rise Nation's coming alive.
So you saw there in the final kill cam, that's actually Karma with a pistol, so you got to believe he picked that one up.
All right, well, here we go, boys. This time, we want to do a listening offense. Optic Gaming, take it away, boys.
Okay. I'll go in the room. Let's go. Let's win this shit.
Throwing a nade out middle.
Yo, I'm gonna distract the fuck out of him, Seth. All right.
Hold on. Just wait for Matt to see if there's anybody.
No, I hit him. They're mid block.
They're mid block.
Yeah.
Okay. One's there.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it.
Wait, yeah, one's the mid building. He's not weak. He's not weak.
I'm
Sorry.
hitting it right now.
Mid building, one shot.
Be right,
one shot, guys.
Look at the flank.
Oh, I'm absolute octane, bro.
Water.
Nice. Water.
Shit. He might push me. Yeah. Stay alive.
They naded from their mid.
We're good.
Yo, Matt, I'm going down. I'm going down.
He's in the block. Close left. Yo, one guy B.
Close left.
One guy B. Head glitch. Stay alive.
Close left. He's in the water now, I think.
Oh,
One was
shit.
in water as well.
I'm not getting in water.
There were two in water.
Yo, 1 second.
Yo, he's
going
right
down
here.
Nice. My kill. Octane was still in water somewhere.
Yo,
he's
start
in our
window.
building.
Two. They're both there. Both here. In window. He waved. He came out.
Came on.
Fuck.
Oh, he didn't hit him with it.
Oh my God! You hear him? He waved, but the camo comes out. Rise Nation takes it, 4-1 advantage. Baby, we've got ourselves a series.
Oh, and the heat wave actually doesn't connect on a Classic. Not close enough. I love the idea to use it there in that situation.
Did he hit it right before he went over the rock, basically?
If he would have waited maybe another second when Classic got a little bit closer,
Yeah.
he would have connected with the heat wave. But you know, very nice try there by Karma. Karma and Classic, two players who are X factors for their team, both going off. And you got Classic double positive, Karma 6 and 2 as well. So both players playing well, but it's Rise Nation with a 4-1 round advantage.
Nerves, maybe some jitters starting to come in for Optic Gaming as you're seeing Rise Nation begin to have faith, begin to come alive. You've got HCs out from both sides about to do battle here on the bridge. Nothing coming from it, and that's going to be an open site. Classic's got it down. Let's check in the back. They finally destroyed the opposite HC car, but this is an early plant, 4 up. Scump starting to get aggressive here on the defensive side of things. Might find one out. Think he saw his head. Can he win it? Yes. Scump picks up 1 kill. There's a player in the back that's going to have a lot to work with. That's Octane, the bait and switch coming in. They tag him up at back rock. Can he win it? He's hit both players. He's still alive. He's such a key to surviving here because Slack is sitting underneath. It's just these two to deal with everything. Oh, hello. Did he see him? He had to have seen him, right?
I don't think so.
He had to. There it is. He's going to be able to pick it up. Octane picks up one as well. 2v2, 15 seconds left. He tries to stick it, I think, but they go, oh my God. He was hiding behind the bomb right as Scump came up, and Octane is going to take a round here. They've got 2 on the board.
Yeah, Scump with a big round, taking out Looney at the beginning, and then obviously to come out of one or kill Slack at the end there. And Optic Gaming just needs to put the pressure on Rise Nation, because Rise, it's obvious, once they get the momentum, that they can string together some nice consecutive round wins. So Optic Gaming, you look for them to take this next round and then start to really lay it on this Rise Nation team.
All right, well, here we go. Hopping into round 7. You still got a little bit of a cushion if you're Rise, right? You're feeling okay still, but you want to put Optic Gaming away. You have to get it done. You don't want this to get any closer here, give any more life to Optic once they get going. So difficult to stop them. What do you think about the setup and push you have from Optic Gaming right now, Matt?
Well, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a slower execute. Obviously everyone playing a little bit further back, trying to draw some players out on Rise, and I like it because, players like Classic and Looney have been really aggressive at the beginning of these rounds, and look at that, Looney getting a little bit of aggressive formal catches him off guard.
Nice patience there. Looney maybe overzealous, but they're able to pick it up. Optic 4-3 advantage right now. Who do you want to hop in with? You'll see it's a very, very slow push from Optic. They're waiting on mistakes right now from Rise Nation.
Yeah, I think we stay on with the offensive team. This situation, up 1 player, you control the destiny of the round, and to see how they like to play this. Krim's going to dive into the water, and he's able to pick up 1. Now with a 2-man advantage, you expect Optic to pick up this round and start to figuring out what this Rise Nation team's been doing right. You see Formal's going to take out Classic, and it's going to be all up to Octane here. It'd be a legendary round if he's able to win it.
1 versus 4. He's got the 45 seconds to work with. Look at the X-ray. You see the setup from Optic. They're spread out. They're ready to control, but they give him a free one. He's got 1 on the board. 3 more to go with. And you have to play these kind of reckless. He's a slower AR player, but you have to go. In any 1v4 situation, time is your biggest obstacle. Can he pick up a couple more here? He might see one from the bomb site, but the flank comes through for Krim across bridge. And that's another round here for Optic Gaming. They're screaming back.
That's a little bit of a different way of thinking, but I don't think he needed to play that really aggressive after he gets that first kill. I think you could have waited. I mean, he had about 30 seconds left. I think you probably could have waited down to 20, trying to pick up one more player. And if a guy like Krim, he catches Krim on the bridge, he's got, what, 22 seconds left to fly into the bomb site and potentially make something happen?
I don't know.
I think he could have taken a little bit more time there.
I like the reckless plays when you're in a 1v4. You just have to get it going quick.
Doesn't shock me with you and reckless.
Yeah, you know, hey, I'm a wise man. But now you see it's going to be a B hit coming for Rise Nation. They want to get going quickly. The nice movement from Classic over the top. He's going to find one in the corner, but he's not going to be able to win it. 1 down for either side. Kills traded here. Rise still has a 1-round advantage. They might find one mid-map. The shot's off. Looney, one you should have picked up, but not able to close out. Let's check the plant. Slacked, getting it down on the B site now. If Looney peeks through HUD, he should see a couple here tagged up. Almost kind of an unintentional bait and switch.
Yeah, Looney's so worried about players flanking. He's going to use his heat wave. He's going to be able to pick up 1. And I do like the use of heat wave in this round. And it's going to be Krim tying this up at 2 players apiece. Now we're going to have a 1v1. It's going to be Octane going up against Krim. And wonder if Krim got tagged with the Vision Pulse there. See how Octane elects to play this. He's going to fly around the corner and check the bomb. Octane going to win that gunfight. Don't know if he got tagged on Vision Pulse. Didn't want to say where Krim was, but you got to think that Octane had a fantastic idea of how Krim was electing to play that one. And I think you needed to use those specialist abilities to secure that round. Optic's gaining momentum. You wanted to kind of end that steam that they were starting to gather, and Rise does that. They have just win 1 more round, take this map, maybe, and make this series very, very interesting.
Rise is trying to make this interesting here in the grand final. I hear the fans for Rise starting to get it together. They were a little quiet early as the Optic Gaming team looks so dominant, but we've got ourselves a series here. I want to watch Classic on the defensive side of things. Is he'll be in a position here to disrupt things if they push across the B? And oh, this is not looking good for Optic because you've got a nice setup here. Lots of players in and around this side for the side of Rise. There's one. There's a second planting. Can he pick him up? He knows bomb is down. They're going to collapse. The kills coming in. Krim by himself. 1 versus 3. Rise has almost done it. Is he going to be able to close it out? Octane's on the defuse. We're halfway there, and Krim is dead. Rise Nation has just found their second map, and they're back in this one.
Yeah, and it's big games from Octane and Classic as Rise Nation takes the S&D on Hunted 6-3. Nate was talking about earlier how devastating those water routes are, and it was Slack and Classic during that game in the water, able to make some big plays.
COD gods above, David Vonderhaar, give me a game 7. Just please give me a game 7. Chopra, Jack, and now Revin. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, we got Revin joining us to share some of his thoughts. We heard from Nate earlier, but also now the big point is, of course, Rise is starting to pull it together. I mean, you saw the co-owners of Rise, including, of course, the NFL player of the LA Rams, Roger Saffold, up there now looking a little bit more relaxed. Earlier, you saw they looked grim and as right as they should be. But now, there's some light on the side of Rise.
Rise Nation stepped up. They did what they needed to do. Obviously, they stayed alive in Game 4. They're going to force this one into another hard point, but I predicted Optic Gaming to win this series 4-2. They're up 3-2 right now. I'm still sticking with my prediction. I think OG are going to come out of this hot.
How good Jack's predictions are. That's all he's been talking
I mean,
about.
you know, when you get something right now and then you got to brag about it a little bit, Revin. But how have you been seeing this series so far? I mean, Optic looks so strong in the first 3 maps.
This series has been crazy. I mean, I definitely didn't expect Optic Gaming to go up 3-0 off the bat. I thought Rise Gaming were definitely going to take the uplink going into that game. It's always been that one game that they've been able to rely on to turn things around throughout the entire stage 1. So Optic Gaming definitely making a statement in that game 3. And then, of course, Rise, for me, I think they're right back in the series now.
Yeah, I mean, the way they play this entire search and destroy, especially the last 2 rounds, once they started winning, they knew they had the lead.
How clutch was that kill, by the way?
That was I mean, there were a lot where it was just coming down to that last second, and Rise started to pick it up, and then they got their flanks and their timing so perfectly. This kill right here, they used the water a lot and very efficiently. They were very patient about when they happened to jump up onto bomb site B.
That's why whenever I do the telestray, I draw the Kappa face in the water, because you never know what's going to happen on that part of the map.
Yeah, they clutch up a few times, killing the diffuser just in time. This S&D actually felt pretty darn similar to that first S&D in the series. You know, it was pretty even at times between the two squads. Obviously, Optic taking that one. Now Rise coming back and taking that search and destroy. We got ourselves a series. I just tweeted it. We definitely will be seeing this one go to a Game 6. You heard Maven say, hopefully, COD gods give us a Game 7. We all want to see it here. I know that for sure.
is in the building, so.
This is true.
Well, yeah, I mean, any and all powers that may be. I mean, a lot of people are looking forward to that Game 7 regardless of which team you're cheering for, right? Because, we're looking at the top 2 teams during the regular season go at it in the grand finals, in the playoffs. I mean, this is everything you could have dreamed for if you're following the Call of Duty World League presented by PS4. So now it's almost there. It's coming to fruition. We're going to the map 6. The big question is, it's another hard point, and we know how that first one went.
Tell me the series isn't looking like H2K versus Team Liquid.
It is, though. It is. I mean, you're right. Not just because of the score, but the momentum change and the attitude change, right? Even the energy level difference.
The demeanor I saw from Rise at the beginning of the series compared to how they're looking now, you could see they're starting to gain some momentum behind them, and, you know, fire's lit under them now, and I could see this going to Game 7.
I genuinely couldn't ask for a more exciting map to go into next. Fringe Hardpoint has had some of the most legendary comebacks in the game mode so far in Stage 1. Rise being one of them early on in the Stage 1. So much looking forward to a map that you have very clear points where the ARs are dominant, very clear points where the submachine guns are dominant. If you're going to be the team that wins this map, everyone needs to step up.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it really, sure, we say this, I mean, whenever you're down 0-3, like, it comes down to every map. But now if you win this, you reset everything, and then you, in fact, go in with higher energy, a better attitude into that last game. So this is going to be a big test for Rise. And to get to this point, I mean, we're in a 3-2 grand final. We've had a great weekend of Call of Duty. Of course, a big shout out to everyone who's made this possible. I mean, especially Activision and Treyarch making this game possible, but then everyone involved in bringing together the Call of Duty World League, presented by PS4, of course, Sony right up there, the ESL studios here, and all the fans here in the studio and around the world. There's a lot of people watching right now.
We are breaking some major viewing numbers for Black Ops 3. I will tell you right now, tell your friends about what's about to happen right here, because
this could be history.
If Rise somehow forces Game 7 and make this the incredible story we've wanted, this will be a series of Call of Duty that will be remembered forever.
Yeah, it will be a big one. Of course, big shout out to Nate too for dropping some of his knowledge, maybe awesome. Some not as accurate. You guys might not agree. He disagreed with you guys on a couple things, but it was nice having him and his thoughts, because he used to be a player. He knows what it's like. You guys talk whenever you and Nate were here.
He's one of those guys that helped shape competitive to get it where it is today. So it's always nice to see him around.
Yeah, I enjoyed whenever you two would talk, because it's a completely different conversation than like any of us, because you guys have similar
we know
memories.
the game.
Exactly. Well, yes, that too. That's not wrong. But you also know exactly kind of what's going through. You've been in similar situations. You know these players a little bit more personally. So it's nice getting that angle. But right now, all eyes, I mean, we got people standing, sitting in the studios. I'm sure at home you're watching with your friends, whether it's online together, because if this goes to a Game 7, can you imagine Game 7 round? It comes down to one last round to determine who wins.
If that goes down to an Infection S&D, that will be nuts, because that's a map where we've seen some insane plays go down, some incredible clutches. Obviously, inside that small B room is so hectic, but they got to get through Fringe first, right? They got to beat Optic Gaming on Hardpoint, something they failed to do earlier in the series.
Not only, like, if it goes to Game 7, we could potentially see Optic Gaming get reverse sweeped in the grand finals.
That's something that no one's going to forget. On one hand, for Optic, they're not going to forget, because they were so close to proving that they're number one, not only online, but also offline. But for Rise, they're going to make sure people continue talking about it, because they kind of built up the story themselves. They hyped up themselves by being like, oh, yeah, no, we want to play FaZe and Optic, because we need to beat them to prove to everyone why we're here. Well, here we go. We're getting ready for the Protects and Bans for map number 6. It's been match point for so long, it seems, for Optic Gaming, but it's getting closer and closer for Rise Nation.
Really looking forward to getting into this one. Revan, any particular bans you expect to see on a map like Fringe Hardpoint?
Honestly, mainly only the Shiva I expect. That seems to be something that both teams kind of want to target. And there you see it's going to get banned out early on. But for the most part, throughout this entire series, I think both teams have a very similar game plan and what they want to approach going into this ban and protects.
What I really like from Optic right now is that they're not going off of the stuff they're not straying away from their original game plan, right? Even though they've kind of faltered a little bit, they've given Rise a chance to come back into this. No, it's still an overclock ban. It's still an HC ban. They now go forward with, obviously, Flashbang and expect Concussion to finish it on out. Optic are still playing the game they want to, which will definitely help them going into this Fringe hardpoint.
And this is exactly what Rise want as well. They want to take the tacticals out. They want high caliber, rapid fire to be banned. They're okay with the HC getting taken out. Overclock, Shiva, they're fine with that. So really nobody getting the upper hand with these bans and protects. It's going to be kinetic armor to round things out.
I like that. I mean, just because whenever we talk about kinetic armor, we always talk about Scump, and there's a reason. Because he loves that special ability, and because of his love for it, he's so good at using it at the perfect time, getting the right challenges done. Of course, Scump playing those hills a lot of the time on hardpoint. So getting that out, I'm interested to see what does Scump go with. It's going to be the Purifier.
Matches his red hair, man.
So going with the Purifier, getting a little bit more aggressive this time now that the kinetic armor is gone. Other than that, though, we're going to see the usuals come out. The Tempest returns now. That's hard point.
I like it.
Going a little bit more with the zoning choices.
Now, normally we would see Crimsix pick up the Purifier when that's available if kinetic armor got banned out, but this time it's going to be Scump. Curious to see how it fares in his hands.
Yeah, Camo, of course, coming back on both sides, but there's a lot of aggression going on now in this hard point on Fringe. The slaying power of both teams need to be at 100% for them to be able to take the win in map number 6.
Yep.
Jack, what are your key points
So
for this one?
I'm really going to highlight a couple hills on this one. The first one, though, is going to be this Rails hardpoint. This is one that both Rise and Optic Gaming have very similar plays or ways of playing this one, normally against teams of lesser slaying power, and that's where all 4 players on either side just flood in and try to outmuscle their opponent, right? They just try to beat them in gun skill, and that's it. Against lesser teams, that will work for these 2 squads, but against their opposing squad, and this one, definitely not something that will happen that easily. I want to see which squad winds up sending a player down through this middle street to get the pinch onto the opposing side. Whether it's Rise or Optic Gaming, either team can do it. We've seen how impactful that can be. When a pinch comes in, you not only get control of the hard point, but you force the spawns out all the way in back alley, which gives your team the opportunity to not only set up, but get a ton of time for your team on that hill. Now that's for the Rails hard point. Also, with the Purifier coming into play, that's going to be a big one to watch on this Granny's hard point. Expect a really good game between Rise and Optic Gaming here.
I'm really glad you brought up that flank because that's something that we kind of haven't touched upon yet in Fringe Hardpoint. Just pushing through the middle of the street, maybe meeting the opposing flanker from the other team. It's also an alternative way to push out that spawn.
Okay, map number 6. The energy's high. Fans here in the studio, I want to hear you make some noise because this finals, we were a little worried that it was going to end super quick early on, but now it's going all the way to map 6. Are you guys excited for Fringe Hardpoint between Optic Gaming and Rise Nation? I want us to get noise complaints from Santa Monica. That's how loud I want you to be. I'm sure we'll hear more of it as we get into the game. There we go. Everyone getting, you see crowds lined up in the back, people up in the front. At the same time, I don't blame if not everyone's super loud right now because some people are a little nervous because Optic Gaming, they're still on match point, and Rise, they're the one with the momentum right now. Fringe Hardpoint, map number 6, grand finals of the Call of Duty World League presented by PS4, bringing you the action. It's going to be Maven and Mr. X.
Woo! Let's go, boys. Game 6. I want a game 7. I will do anything. Anything.
So the ban and protect process, the last thing that was gone was kinetic. I think Rise could have made a bigger impact getting rid of the stock. I think Octane, a pretty good assault rifle player without stock, throws Formal off a little bit, throws Scump off a little bit. You know, Nate talking about the VMP with stock meta we have going on. I thought that could have made a major impact, especially on a longer map. And you see Optic, they're pretty fired up, and they got to believe in themselves now. I mean, they get off to a slow start. Then we talk about how breaks are important on maps. This is a huge one for Rise Nation. They come out with a really nice start. It silences Optic, and it's got to get in their heads that they could potentially be going to a Game 7.
All right, let's go, baby. Game 6. Can Optic close it out? Can Rise Nation push it to a Game 7? No, I have no idea. This is going to be an insane matchup. A couple down for Optic Gaming here early on. Scump trying to peek White Truck. Picks up one in front as he's going to play it safe here. Try to control mid, and that is going to be 4 down for Rise Nation. Control here for Optic Gaming.
Yeah, Rise Nation just needs to break even on this hill. They just can't let Optic get a lot of free time. This is one that you'll take whatever you can get on that first go-around. And you're really worried about getting that second and third hill. Those are the two you want to control, and just like that, it's going to be 4 dead in favor of Rise Nation. So you're just going to see Classic try and pre-aim this fence. You're going to see players look over him with assault rifles, and he just needs to stay alive as long as possible.
He's trying to, using this truck. He's going to re-peek and challenge, picks up the assist, and that's going to be a 2-piece for Slack before dropping. But now we're rotating over to Yard. First man in, going to be Looney. He needs to have a big performance. They need him to be like that semifinal matchup, going up vertical. Player going to be pushing him here shortly. Can he win a key gunfight here? Backside 10, the answer is no. That's going to be Crim6 taking him out. But on the other side, you've got Octane, 3 streak, 4 and 2. Looking to lock down things here from back alley. 1 in his sights. He can win that. 2nd in his sights. Takes him as well. Octane heating up. Finds a 3rd before he drops. Rise Nation coming alive here in a big way.
And some big kills when we were on with Looney were from Octane. He was in that back alley, took 2 players out on the flank, and you see Rise Nation just flooding into the hard point. Kills being shaded by both teams. You see Classic jumps in. He's able to take out one. Formal takes him out from afar, and it's going to be Scump and Formal in the kill feed, as it's going to be Optic Gaming getting control of Auto.
Well, they're going to close it out for the scrap time, but the important 2 players are going to be Crim6 here, I have highlighted, and Karma in the back. They have to lock down the spawns, and they're doing an excellent job of that thus far, but the flood is coming in here. Look at all the red arrows. They're trying to vie for control of Grandma's. They've got the inside locked down, but it's all about Karma and these spawns.
Again, look at how far that one player on Optic spawn. He's actually going to come down the middle street and trail the guys on Rise Nation. You see Crim picking up 2 kills, but it's going to be Classic and Looney in the back of the Optic base. It's going to be Rise with the opportunity to pinch on this hill. This is a big play from Looney, and it gets shut down by Crim with the L car, and it's going to be Rise winning some gunfights, trying to work their way around the back. Classic with a big win. Same with Looney, as it's going to be Rise Nation taking control of this hill.
We've got another lead change here. Rise has held the back, and they're looking to maintain control. They've already got Looney rotated, ready for tracks here, and to watch this side. There's one. Can he pick any of them up? The heat wave goes off, not connecting at all, but Slack still soaking up some time. Watching this front door. 4 down for Optic as Octane, Slack, and Classic all coming in on the kill feed. Rise starting to pull away. 10 or so seconds left
Optic's
here.
Giving up on this hill.
Time.
Optic's giving up on this hill as well. They're going to go play for tracks, and we talk about these 2 teams, some of the best in the game at taking a lot of times on this hard point, and Octane is not messing around in this game 6. 14 and 5 to kick things off. He wants to prove that he's the best they are in the game.
Stop
Takes out another.
Octane!
Yeah, he turns around. He knows one was at Peaches. He's going to get heat waved, and Karma able to take him out, but here comes Classic with the Tempest. We've seen big plays with this weapon all weekend long. Rise spawning Optic out all the way back alley. They need to push together. He's not able to get one. Would have been a big play if he connected with one player there.
Oh my God, yeah, he hits one of those, and I think he is just violating the entire side of Optic, but now they're trying to push in. You see a couple kills coming in for Crim6. Looney trying to hold on. There's one. Can he get more? Nades flying through. It's mayhem on Barnside tracks.
And now if you're Rise, you have no problem with this just being a contest fest. You want Optic Gaming to push through and give you a favorable spawn for the next one. You see the Rise team all spawning back alley. You got to set up for this middle hard point. You did your job by taking a lot of time on tracks.
You absolutely did, but as we rotate now into our 2nd side of hard points here, we're going back to mid-map, and I want to listen in with the green wall. Let's turn it over to Optic Gaming.
Junior, front barn.
I'm going Grandma. Go on top barn. I got one.
Nice one.
I'm going in up.
I don't see they got top barn. Could be Yard
One
though.
Z and top Grandma's with sight.
End up, camping up,
Hill dead.
Nice.
One Z.
One shot, one white truck as well. One shot hill, guys. One L wall. One shot L wall, one shot down.
Nice,
One
one.
white truck, side hill. Did anybody push hill?
Where's the sight?
Anybody push hill?
Right, white truck.
Yeah, white truck, one shot.
Got him. Sight dead.
More hill.
That wall Grandma's.
One shot.
White truck. Stay down.
I'm trying. I died. Fuck, my bad.
I'll get hill. I'll try to get hill.
All Grandma.
Z.
Who's in my side?
Top Grandma's weak. One Z in hill. Dead.
Nice. One more.
White truck and Grandma in dub.
The dart killed me now.
White truck and in dub.
Dub dead.
Nice, good job, one dead.
He's head glitching hill from dub.
Okay, here.
Yeah, he's the right side. Classic. Nice. Go to new.
Big truck.
We're gonna play the back.
Mid truck got me, Octane. Let's go. Next hill is huge, guys. Next hill is huge.
I'm pitching this shit.
Okay.
I have a purifier.
Look in the back alleys on the head glitch.
One guy's getting up.
And we're back with an advantage here for Rise Nation. They're controlling, but the fire's out for Scump, just trying to break in. The truck uses cover. Can he pick up the kill? No, he will get dropped. And that's both weapons for Optic Gaming taken out. You saw the sights shut down by Slack's dart earlier.
I was going to say, I was on with Slack when we were in that listen. I was like, this is weird to see a dart in hardpoint as you see a heat wave come out. And everyone dropped for Optic Gaming. But Slack throws the dart out, and he's able to take out the site player. Big play. Probably doesn't realize how big that is in the scope of the game, as if Formal gets set up in that middle of the map. Might have been Optic Gaming taking a lot of time in that middle hard point.
This is the Looney we love.
Yeah, Looney's definitely come to life here in Game 6. Wants to force that Game 7 in Optic. And they need a good rotation here to Grandma. If they give this up to Rise Nation, it's going to be bad.
Look at the map. It's going to be the hold here from Rise. They're set up in the back. The wall bang from Classic. He's got his Tempest ready to go to. They're up 66 points, and they're looking to hold here in a big way. He saw one side across. Can he tag them both? No. The bait and switch coming in as he's going to be tagged up. Pushing in the front. That's the heat wave coming in for Karma. He's got control. On the back, you've got Scump on a 4 streak as well. He's heating up and looking to crush the hopes and dreams of Rise, but they have not managed to take control.
I tell you what, that was some sick shots from Classic. He's not able to take Karma out there, but he jumps in the middle of the street, sees Scump all the way in the back of the hill on Grandma, and he's able to take him out.
Well, we heard from Optic Gaming. Let's turn it over to Rise. Slacked in the crew, locking things down. Let's go to a listen-in.
I'm at wall. I'm gonna try to get to your stairs. They just spawn peach. Don't peek. One peach. Stairs. Window. I spawn out. You gotta keep it up here. Get to train. I will absolutely just jump back window. Next contest. You can push out back train. I'm gonna turn. I am here. I'm challenging with you, Jerry. It was Matt. Watch out, Matt. Kill him. He's so weak. He's in between. One shot. I got him, Matt. I can get pushed. I have Trevor's on you. I'm watching your right. Got peach. Yo, you spawn back alley, flank peaches. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm one shot. They're gonna warn on me. Yeah, he pushed me formal. I spawn back corn. Stay alive. I spawn up back alley. Nice. Peach for sure. Where are you? Peach. Peach. We're gonna be there. Stay alive. Hold the corn. We're still here. I'm EMP'd. I'm holding one. One shot. I'm gonna pinch him. You guys are Tempest though. No, he's top Grandma, weak. Got him. Another there. Let's go. One shot back Grandma. I got one. Should chain. Peaches. Last one, Peaches. 2 more.
Rise going big. You see Classic going off with the Tempest. They've still got control. This 60-point hold. Optic Gaming has just not been able to break. We're going to enter our third side of rotations here shortly, and Rise Nation looks ready and poised to push this the distance.
They just did a fantastic job getting in the hill. You heard in their comms, contest. I believe it was Octane for a little bit, just laying down in between the trains, and nobody from Optic Gaming was able to get him out. You saw Classic. He flanked one time, picked up 1 kill, slowed the push from Optic Gaming down over by Peaches, then rotates back into the hill right off the spawn, and he's able to do some nice things with the Tempest.
Insane stuff from Classic. The crew's holding it down. We're in our third side of rotations. Optic Gaming set up, looking to hold on. They need the mount to come back. The players from Rise are going to be pushing in here. What can Rise do to secure this victory, Matt? They've had such a solid 10 minutes or so thus far.
A minute 50 left. You can't get nervous here on this hill. You know, if Optic Gaming were to take a lot of time here in the middle, you can't focus on what went wrong. You have to get over towards Auto. You can't afford to give them 2 good hills in a row. You see Octane up here with the scythe. He's just going to be looking down over his teammates, and that is taking out Slack in the process, and Classic gonna be in the hill, just needs to stay alive as long as possible, doing a good job of that. It's really about this next hill for me, for Rise Nation. You gotta be able to lock this next one down.
Well, they're in early. Let's go over to the next hill. You mentioned that Slack with a 2-piece at the back, holding down 10. They still have a nice advantage, but this next one is the big one. This in the Grandmas, likely going to end it. Classic wins a big one, but is gonna get cut down. That was Looney from mid-map killing him.
Yeah, that's just really weird. You gotta know where your teammates are. Obviously, Classic played that perfectly. A lot of patience, but that team kill could end up to be huge. A lot of players pushing Slack in the hill. He's going to drop. You see Classic in the kill feed, but it's going to be Octet Gaming in control of the hill. Karma picking up a big 2-piece. Grim inside. Karma grabbing a 3rd. Karma on a 4th streak right now. Tries to push all the way through Auto, but Optic Gaming looks like they could be able to make the comeback here.
They're doing it right now. They've got 30 on the clock. The deficit 30 as well. Can they bring it back before they even get to Grandma's? Trying to contest. Who's going to be the first to rotate? It looks like it's going to be Octane setting up at Grandma's, but they need to get somebody in the back. Look at the track spawn right now coming in, and who's there? It's Looney. Looney's got to go huge. He's got 1. Can he get 2? He wins a big one. There's a 3rd. There's the camo though as he gets it, and Karma picks up the final couple ticks. But look at the setup now you've got from Rise Nation. They can win it here at Grandma's.
And you don't want Octane in the hill if you're Optic Gaming. He's able to just look out the front with that AR and put down so much fire that you're trapped. And then you get Classic over from that large wall. He is able to take out 3 players as they cross in towards that mid street. But I got to talk about Looney winning those 2 gunfights over at tracks. Those are the plays of the game.
Absolutely are. They can close it out here. Slack picking up one. The slide, the reload, the challenge. He gets it, wins it, and Glove just crushing Rise Nation. 25 points away. It's looking like Game 7.
And Optic has to go through that back tin area, and that is the one spot you do not want to have to flood through. It's going to be 3 kills in the kill feed for Rise Nation. Everything falling apart for Optic Gaming here, Maven. Scump gets into the hill, picks up a 2-piece, slapped in there, and
This is it. Rise holding on. Get out of my house. Slack locking it down.
We are going to see
We're going to Game 7
between Rise Nation and Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming up 3-0 in the series. Rise Nation storm all the way back, winning 3 straight, and Optic looks absolutely stunned.
My God, this is nuts. What we've all wanted. Grand final, Game 7, Optic versus Rise. What are your guys' thoughts? Chobra, it's all you, baby.
Insanity is the first word that comes to mind. I mean, I want to say we were half joking when we were talking, even before the match started, like Game 7 will be great, just because it's always nice, right? It's always nice to see the most intensive matches when it comes to the finals, because you know it's the 2 best teams, but it actually happens very rarely in any industry, in any tournament.
You couldn't write a script better than this. I know we're near Hollywood, but this is like a movie scene right now.
It is.
Optic Gaming, the favorites, go up 3-0. Rise Nation, who they've been battling with online forever, bring it to a Game 7 in a potential reverse sweep. What is that, like the second one ever in Call of Duty history, the first one being H2K over Liquid this past weekend?
Yeah, this has been absolutely crazy. I mean, you get a huge performance from Octane throughout that entire map. Rise are looking to turn things around. And keep in mind, this has been a rivalry that's been brewing online, as Courage was saying, throughout the entire CWL Stage 1 online phase, throughout all the 25Ks, even through some of the LANs as well. And, you know, Rise have a chance to win their 3rd major LAN in a row.
Yeah, this is why I love competitive Call of Duty, man. I mean, these guys put so much on the line for this. There are hundreds of thousands of people watching online. It's standing room only in the venue. Rise fans getting up and screaming after that match. This is going to be a storybook Game 7.
Yeah, I mean, just the way this map played out too. Sure, Rise was in the lead the whole time, but Optic had their moments. Optic had their moments when it looked like they were coming back. I mean, Krim on that auto hill towards the end of the game was trying to hold it down, battling off 3-4 players at a time, all on his own. And then we see Karma making some big plays too. But at the end of the day, it's the players we mentioned that kind of need to pick it up for Rise. Looney and Octane show up to play. Of course, the rest of the team too. Everyone teams up, and now Rise brings it to a Game 7.
You know, there are a couple of key engagements that Rise wind up winning. You know, for example, that Looney 2-piece, that tracks going into that final Grandma's Hardpoint, that, you know, if they lose those engagements, then Optic Gaming are right back into the game, and maybe Rise don't win if they lose those specific key engagements.
All right, I mean, listen, I have to say, going towards a map 7, to be fair, both teams have proven what they were out to prove, right? No one should be able to sit back and argue that Optic is only an online team anymore. They were up 3-0, and even in these games, they were showing a good game. Same for Rise. No one should be able to say that, no, they can't actually hang with the top dogs. They beat FaZe. They brought a near comeback right now, tying it up 3-3. But at the same time, if you're one of the 8 players on stage right now, you don't settle just because you prove the story. It doesn't end until you lift that trophy.
This is more than a Game 7 right now. They're playing for more than the Stage 1 championship, all the prize pool as well, but they're playing to see who is the #1 team in competitive Call of Duty. It all comes down to this match.
Yeah, you know, it's always great to talk about the stories, but right now, you're right, Revan. There's only one thing on everyone's mind. Who exactly is #1 right this moment in Call of Duty Black Ops 3? Who's the reigning team in the Call of Duty World League presented by PS4?
I'll tell you right now, Maven chugged 2 energy drinks before this series, and I thought it was going to be a 4-0. He's put them to use now, going to a Game 7. These guys over there, I see them, they're basically shaking. I'm shaking. We're the Band to Protect. SVG, Overkill, very heavy sniper bands here. Shiva goes out as well. Things to look for now, Rapid Fire, Concussion are definitely going to be the last 2.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the long-range guns getting out there because they don't want to get picked off early. It's your last game. You want to be able to challenge and kind of win with pride, right? Jump in there and be like, I know we fought fair and square and I beat you out. I didn't get picked off because you saw me first.
Yeah, normal straight-up bans. These guys are going into this as 2 teams who have, split Search and Destroys now in this series. It's 1-1. They were both near with the same round count, and now it's in a Game 7 for bragging rights of Call of Duty World League Stage 1 North American Division champions. Then you add in the money aspect of it, $250,000 on the line. Everything you could ever ask for.
I mean, we like to joke about it that Maven might have a heart attack, you know, if he's gassing every now and then, but I am legitimately worried for his health right now.
Yeah, well, there's a reason we put another headset up there just in case we need to hop in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of energy flowing through right now.
There's a reason why he's paired up with the male nurse as well.
We'll see if they can handle it, but it's one game. Potential 11 rounds as we go into Search and Destroy and Infection.
Yep.
One map to determine who the best team in Call of Duty is right now, today. Brevin, what are your thoughts for Search and Destroy and Infection?
All right, so we all know a lot of action is going to go down over near the B Street. I have the B bomb site highlighted on your mini-map, and a lot of the action, of course, is going to go down on the street. What Optic Gaming love to do with their lethal grenades is kind of get them in these types of positions. This is going to slow down the push from the offensive side, and for that exact reason, look for the offense to get trophies right around that line, right in front of the big rock. We all know the ideal setup that you want to get going here on offense. Kind of have one guy here floating around near a tank. He could be in charge of watching this overextension, could also challenge through middle map, but you want the bulk of your team set up around here as they try to push forward. So you get the line of sight from this player on the rock. He's going to zone out this player from the defensive side, and for the most part, you want to keep the defense on the end, their side of that line I just drew. And the defense, we're seeing it more and more often that they like to have more of a middle presence. So look for whoever's on offense to maybe exploit that B Street a little bit quicker. But we all know what Optic Gaming love to do. Trophy systems are going to have a huge effect on this game. Optic Gaming look for them to use a lot of danger close grenades to slow down their opponents. That's why we're seeing, you know, frag grenades and Semtex is banned so often against them.
We started this journey back a week after New Year's. It's now the beginning of April. Everything these guys have played for and practiced for comes down to this map, the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. I just got chills saying it. I'm going to sit back, relax, enjoy this. At this point, I don't even care who wins. I predicted Optic, but we're all winners today.
I mean, yeah, as everyone should. I mean, maybe sitting back you can't do because it's such a tense match right now. But it is this one last map. I mean, to think it all comes down to this after 11 weeks of matches and a couple lands here and there, a couple other tournaments that teams have participated. It comes down to only one map to find out who the best team is. This is the story everyone's been asking for in the Call of Duty World League. This one search and destroy between Optic Gaming and Rise Nation. Maven, Mr. X, let's find out who the best team is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Game 7. Optic, Rise, Infection S&D.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
I have no idea, to be honest. I still can't believe that we were just uttering the words Game 7 in this matchup. And no, there's a lot of Optic Gaming fans at home probably freaking out. Hector in the house. Optic Gaming, during Stage 1, undefeated on this map. 4-0. The last time I believe I've seen them play it was against Envy. It was a Game 5. They won that one 6-0. So Optic Gaming, very good at Infection. S&D, Rise split this one 2-2 during the regular season. But Rise, I mean, these guys, they wanted to come in and prove that they are a worthy opponent for the likes of Optic Gaming. They definitely have.
Here we go, baby. Game 7. Optic Gaming, round 1, going to be on offense. Those lethals you heard Jack talking about is they're breaking everything. I'm sorry, you know, Revin, I see you standing up. All right, you said it. Great analysis, Revin. Now take a seat.
And Skunk's going to get first blood on the other side of the map, but it's a very interesting play from Rise Nation, catching Optic Gaming off guard. They're going to get to those B steps, a very powerful position. It looks like the bomb going to go down on the A site. Great call from Rise Nation early. A lot of teams don't push the A bomb site on this map. You're going to see Krim taking out Classic, and then that power position. It's just going to be Octane and Slack, the last two alive.
3-on-2. Here comes the break. Can Optic get the push? Are they able to pick up these players? There's one winning the gunfight. Can they find a second? No. All of a sudden, it's Slack by himself. He's inside the barn. One player going to stick it. It's going to be stuck. Can he get it? They're going to hop off and try to push Slack. Slack has to go absolutely huge. There's one in behind. He's going to push through. He didn't get spotted. Somehow he's leaking through. He's not able to win it. And there you go. Optic Gaming, round 1, formal 2-0, and sticking the defuse.
Yeah, they had an idea of where he was. They sent the player down towards that middle of the map to watch if he came through Grave towards the other side of Barn, and then they pushed the other player through Barn. It was a fantastic route from Slack to get outside of it, but it's formal. I believe he might have actually seen him there first.
I don't think he did. That actually, you know, I thought it worked out perfectly. I thought Slack like kind of slipped through the cracks there. He was going to come up with a big play, but no, you don't. Formal locks it down.
It's also a risky play from Optic Gaming because if Slack is able to win that gunfight on Formal, Scum's not in a position to rotate all the way around, win that gunfight, then get the defuse.
All right, well, let's go on to offense now. Who do you want to watch on Rise Nation, buddy?
You know, let's stay on board with Looney. You know,
Okay.
Looney, He's had a rough series, so to speak. We can stay on board with him on the defensive side of things. It looks like there's going to be one player over towards this A bomb site, but look at this. All the action going down over on the B
look
street.
at this. Who's going to peek it? Who's going to peek it? Slack wins it. Able to get one there at outside rock. He's got Octane watching his back as well. It's going to be 3 versus 3. Are they going to opt to back up? They won it on A as well. Now advantage to Rise Nation. Long distance shots with the VMP. Can't connect. Tagged up, but not taken down. Karma, now you're by yourself. You're in a 1v2. The nade coming in. Apparently,
that would have been crazy.
That would have been the most disgusting grenade I've ever seen in my life.
A good idea by Slack, though, to back down VMP versus M8. He's not going to win that banana stretch of the imagination. You see that EMP coming in. It actually tags up Karma, so they have to have an idea of where he's positioned. One player going to fly out. Karma's not going to be able to get the tags down. It's going to be Rise Nation answering back.
So far, you've had these 2v1 scenarios. The team with the advantage is taking it. What's going to make the difference here is who's going to be able to clutch up at a disadvantage. Who's going to make that big play to break the back of their opposition. Thus far, it's been back and forth.
I mean, first bloods are huge in Search and Destroy. They have been all weekend, always will be in competitive Call of Duty. So always keep an eye on who gets that first blood and if they're able to take the rest of that round out. Let's stay on with Octane. We're going to see bust out a P06. This is a gun that we see the likes of Elevate use a lot. We haven't seen Octane use it all too much, so I'm interested to see what he likes to do with it.
Well, it looks like he wants to get sight on this outside area. He sees one. He knows there's a player there, but he was likely spotted as well. Let's go to the players pushing mid-map because it's going to be Looney who's going to challenge on the B bomb side. He's going to just shoulder peek that.